Victoria is adding a further taxation layer to our already overtaxed transportation system that is in desperate need for an overhaul. Victoria has just become the first state to introduce a tax on electric, hydrogen, and hybrid vehicles. This tax introduced puts a 2.5 cent per kilometer on electric and hydrogen vehicles, as well as a 2 cent per kilometer on hybrid vehicles. This means that Victorians driving EV vehicles in Australia will be paying around $375 extra dollars annually over 15,000 kilometers every year. And Victorian owners of PHEV vehicles would pay an extra $300, and that's on top of the 42.7 cents fuel excise per litre they're already paying on their fuel. RACV engineer of vehicles Nicholas Platt suggests that this Victorian EV levy at 2.5 cents per litre per kilometre is unlikely to discourage the uptake of zero-emission vehicles, although he does state that the RACV would also like governments to invest more into incentives to encourage low-emission vehicles. But our politicians should instead be using this opportunity instead of adding frivolous taxes, but to overhaul our cumbersome person ownership taxation system. Not yet add more taxes. Buyers are already hit with several additional state and federal charges, from stamp duty to customs duty, GST, luxury taxes, fuel excise, and now this. This is just a cruel joke on zero-emission vehicles. The Australian Automotive Association has long argued that EVs should be brought to the spotlight and should be given taxation, but at a reduced rate not to discourage their take-up. But Nicholas says that the EV levy should be creating a fair and efficient user-pay system to replace existing federal and state road taxes. But the take of electric vehicles is only currently 0.7%. This tax is going to slaughter the market before it even has a chance to be established. Nicholas states that as the number of zero-emission cars on our roads continues to grow, this EV tax will make up the lost fuel excise, so authorities continue to fund and maintain our roads. But Richie Merzian from the Climate Energy Program of the Australian Institution states that it is somewhat disingenuous to suggest such a thing, as our roads are funded not by the fuel excise, but by the federal government's general revenue. And the federal budget figures confirm that only a quarter of their $20 billion from fuel excise actually finds its way back into federally supported road transport initiatives. But even if the EVs increase an astonishing 100-fold in the next 10 years, they're only making up $750 million in tax, which compared to the $13 billion of fuel excise currently present is just minuscule. So I hope you're going to be happy driving through potholes now with this new tax implemented. Victoria's backward step comes just one day after the ACT further bolstered their claims as Australia's most EV-friendly state, as they just introduced 2 years free registration for all new and pre-owned EVs purchased from now to 2024. This is on top of their already existing measures to encourage EVs, such as waiving stamp duty and $15,000 loans towards new and pre-owned EVs. Therefore, Victoria compared to the ACT is a joke, with the likelihood of new car manufacturers wanting to get anywhere near Victoria being minuscule. So in my opinion, it would be fair to implement a system that taxes people around their vehicle impact on the road, not just some registration and fuel usage. If you drive a heavy car, you should be paying more, as well as if you drive more kilometers. Under such a system, would it not be feasible that 2,750 kilogram Nissan Patrol traveling 15,000 kilometers could be paying a similar tax on 875 kilograms Suzuki Swift traveling 45,000 kilometers? Ultimately, each state should be gaining a portion of the revenue based on their vehicle fleet and their road network, being required to put at least 90% of it towards maintaining our roads. Because a pay-to-pay system is fair, but this is not it.